So my name is Howard Levitin. I'm a donor, volunteer, and strong advocate with my wife Jenny for Families Flourish. I'm also an emergency physician who is very proud to be on the medical staff at OhioHealth Doctors Hospital on the west side of Columbus. We consistently provide excellent and compassionate care to the most diverse population in the city. Many of our patients are poor, recent immigrants with limited English proficiency, individuals ravaged by substance abuse and debilitating mental illness, are homeless or face housing insecurity, and too many who suffer from chronic disease out of proportion to their age. The lifespan reduction of our patients compared to those living outside the I-270 Beltway is 15 years. So they die at 15 years younger than everyone else. Poverty is a chronic inflammatory disease like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and Crohn's disease. In the United States, nearly 38 million people live in poverty and experience higher rates of mental illness, heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, kidney failure, and stroke as compared to those who live in better economic positions. Childhood poverty alone is estimated to cost the United States $1 trillion a year. Reduced access to healthy food, clean water, safe and stable housing, education, and health care contribute to chronic inflammation. Poor choices, constant stress, public disregard, and unkept promises exacerbate the health consequences of poverty. According to the Columbus Dispatch, developers must build at a minimum 20,000 residential units annually just to meet current demand. The rental market is even worse. It's more challenging, especially for those in the lowest income brackets who can only afford substandard housing. Such lodging exposes them to vermin, mold, water leaks, and inadequate heating and cooling systems. Across from Doctors Hospital, a 350-unit apartment building was just condemned because it was unfit for humans. Those who live there are now faced with are more likely to relocate to poorer areas. We regularly care for those suffering from the consequences of inadequate housing. This includes older adults who live in almost uninhabitable conditions needing long-term placement. We care for people living in their vehicles with no place to park safely at night, who arrive regularly by EMS fearful of their safety and health, especially when it's cold outside. We care for diabetics who must choose between housing and paying for their medication. We work compassionately to ease panic attacks, treat those with asthma, and address domestic violence, all exacerbated by the stress of inadequate housing. According to the Affordable Housing Alliance, simply reducing the Columbus housing gap in half would lead to an increase in life expectancy of 5 years. 3,000 more third graders would achieve reading proficiency and 600 more would graduate high school. 40,000 additional people would created annually would be lifted from poverty. As the Pulitzer Prize-winning Wallace Stegner once said, "Home is a notion that only nations of the homeless fully appreciate and only the uprooted comprehend." One of the biggest challenges we face is the lack of safe and affordable housing. Problems of this magnitude feel overwhelming and unsolvable until you break them down into their various components. Families Flourish is working to fix one small piece of this incredibly complex puzzle that provides a network of support to empower families. In the Talmud, we learn that whoever saves a single life is considered to have saved the entire world. I hope that's why we gathered here today.